Where's your bumper? All right,
Same.
let's
You're
go. I got it.
talking.
Shh. Oh,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Laugh, Lend, and Eat with Madness. Your very own hostess in training, as Fobby likes to say, Madison Keenan with CrossCountry Mortgage. And we have Fobby with Homecomings. Fobby, how are you? How did I
well, thank you
do?
for asking
My
that.
first intro.
I like
Only
it.
took
You want to
till
try
the end
again?
of
Want
season
to
two.
try again?
Yeah.
I'm sure the audience wouldn't mind.
All right.
Let's try this again. I want to see you come in a little bit more excitement. What's
Okay.
that? What's that new thing on Instagram? More energy. More energy.
energy. All right, ready?
Let's try it.
Now. Wait, why am I frozen? Now we're freezing and I can't hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Laugh, Lend, and Eat with Madness and the one and only, my co-host, Fobby from Homecoming Mortgage. Forgot to tell everyone the company I was from. It's
Is that what it is?
round two.
That's your thing? Gotta tell
I
everybody
got so nervous because I was like, oh my God, we did the intro and now everything froze up on me. I didn't realize you were replaying it. And I was like, oh, this is what happens when you do a
learn
round
how to
two.
do intros at your school or something? Did you go to like an intro school?
I went to an etiquette school, don't you know? I'm the classiest bitch.
In New Jersey.
I actually need to go to
In New Jersey, there's an etiquette
Yeah.
school. Hold on, stop the music.
I'm
Hold on.
joking.
Okay. I was like,
Oh,
I
now
needed.
you see the noise. The sound effects are a bit distracting, eh?
No, I wanted to hear clearly about an etiquette school based in North New Jersey.
I was being sarcastic, so you didn't pick up on
Oh.
my joke now. Fobby was saying that I was too serious on the last episode, so I'm trying to come in here hot and heavy and sarcasm and ready to just talk about what a beautiful, amazing, incredible market we're in right now.
It is a good market. What's wrong with the market?
I'm not being sarcastic on that
What's
one.
wrong with the market, Madison? I like having my phone not blow up. Mass emails to
I'm waiting for that day to still. I had like maybe 2 weeks of a little bit of slowdown in October, but like today, I can't. Everyone's on do not disturb for the next 30 minutes because I just
Do
need
you
a
have that much
little.
business right now?
I'm doing good. I told you October was my best month year to date. I just got an offer accepted.
Whoa, what's this Beth one?
I know. I just had a little lisp on that one. I was hoping you wouldn't notice, but
It was
now.
the best month.
The best month.
Best
The
month
best month ever.
Now we're gonna get hate mail from people who got. You know it's gonna happen, man. You know it's gonna happen.
I know.
Why do people get offended more often nowadays? Is your generation like more offended by people?
Yeah, I was just seeing an article someone retweeted that was talking about how vegans want all the meat emojis removed because it's offensive.
Really? That can't be true.
Can't make it up. I mean,
what are they gonna do next? Like the cat lovers are gonna say get rid of all the dog emojis, and the dog lovers are gonna say get rid of the cat emojis?
but like, I mean, that's pretty much what it feels like sometimes. I feel like you have to walk on eggshells around a lot of people.
I mean, it's gotta be difficult being your age. Like
It is.
I don't think I had this much to deal with. Like, just trying to figure out like what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yeah, and now no, everyone wants to be nothing. I feel like
There's nothing wrong with that. I like that.
Not even nothing. They just want to do nothing though, Fob. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything that has to do with their degree. They just want easy, quick money.
What if they don't have a degree?
they don't have a degree, then I feel like people that don't have a degree, honestly, in my opinion, I know a lot of successful people that don't have a degree.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like people with a degree have this like entitlement that they,
Mm.
because they got the degree.
Some people say that this generation is the most entitled generation.
Absolutely.
So I was talking to Raquel Boris yesterday, and she's doing this event this weekend, and it's for teenagers. But I was telling her that I do see in a certain age demographic, like especially like 22 and below, where I feel like they're actually smarter than us. They think more they think more pragmatic. They're they identify feelings and they're open to share those feelings.
I feel like the emotional intelligence of younger generations is up. Um, Maybe the intellectual intelligence though. I don't know.
So what would you
There
rather have?
are
Would you have somebody that's more emotionally intelligent or intellectually intelligent?
I think emotionally intelligent. Because
Okay,
when
well
you're emotionally intelligent,
then you're in the right
you
generation.
understand you understand the psychology of people, why they do what they do, why they act the way that they do, why
Have you
things
figured
are
that?
the way,
Have you figured
we
that out?
I think our generation we question things more. We're just not okay with this is what it is, black and white, which in
I do
some
think
ways is
I
great.
think my generation accepted everything.
Right.
We were definitely happy-go-lucky.
And
And listen, I mean, think about it. We came out of college, and or none of us, some of us who didn't graduate college, we still woke up, and we had Bill Clinton for president for 8 years, and those 8 years were glorious. Like the economy was great, housing was great, interest rates were going down.
consistency,
Yeah, income was going up. I mean, so there was like this robust feeling that we all kind of grew up in. And so
hope.
I guess we didn't need to
There was
question
hope.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate side of, like that's where I'd say it's been beneficial and it's also been like it's like a blessing and a curse where
Hmm.
in one end you do start to question certain things and why, and that's how innovation comes through, I think, or
Hmm.
creativity in that regard of doing things differently or, changing. But then at the same time, all the change and all the inconsistencies and the questioning things that shouldn't be questioned that really truly are black and white that they just can't comprehend,
Hmm.
um,
Well,
it's a lot.
there was an interesting article in the Yahoo Finance a few days ago that talked about the low income consumers that their savings that they amassed during COVID are all gone. And I know that in our last episode you were talking about um, the people during COVID were saving more money or something like that. It was one of the comments I think you had made. But now, just
Absolutely
yesterday or
not.
2 days ago,
I
they
did
said
not make that comment. I feel the opposite.
you feel the opposite. You feel like all the money's gone already.
I feel like everyone we've talked about, yeah, no, I have the complete opposite feeling. When they were giving out all that money and
Hmm.
pausing payments like mortgage forbearance, student loan forbearance, all of these things, deferred payments, whatever the case, some people, not everyone, got smart and they invested in real estate and they consolidated debt and did what they had to do. And then other people just spent like no tomorrow. And I feel like those are the people that missed out on the boat today. And this is what we're seeing now. It's almost
Mm.
like the leftovers. Right now, you're buying if you just literally haven't, if you just got started and didn't finish through during the COVID period, or you're buying right now because it's a necessity
But actually,
more than a desire.
it's not a bad time to buy right now.
It's not a bad time to buy, but I'm just saying it's not so common to see as many first-time home buyers right now as you are seeing
So
people that are buying for this like second homes or they're upsizing, they're downsizing, they're using net proceeds from the sale of another house to be able to carry a large down payment.
mhm.
Um, that's what I'm noticing at least over in North Jersey where Q2, Q3, there was still a decent amount of first-time home buyers. Right now, I don't have a lot of clients in business right now that's succeeding and getting offers accepted and things like that, that isn't putting a strong down payment or,
Mm,
has had experience purchasing a home. And those are the people that have purchased a home before that aren't afraid to buy right now because they
mm.
understand how the market and interest rates work and that they will be able to take advantage of a refinance in the future. Whereas someone that's just coming into all of this for the first time and they only have, I just did a video this morning on the misconceptions and myth busting of mortgage facts that are thrown out there
How did
constantly.
that go? How did that go?
Not I'm waiting for the edits to come back. It was I'm as we know, unfiltered. And, it's just I'm not good with doing things that are scripted. I feel like it's not in me. And anyone that kind of follows my pages, like my social media pages, I'm doing TikToks. I'm kind of being lighthearted and humorous with things,
Yeah.
relatable. So when I stand there acting like the professional educating others on something that's scripted, it's not my strong suit.
Hmm. So Madison, you texted me
Yeah.
a email or a text message from a borrower, and
Yes.
I know we can't read it. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you don't want to read it, but maybe you do.
I'm not gonna read I'll what is the word when they, like,
Paraphrase,
summarize? Yeah, paraphrase.
summarize.
This isn't word for word. Where is it? Okay. Um,
So let's get the
basically, she's
back.
confused.
Yeah, let's get the backdrop of this. This is a consumer who is trying
This
to
is a
obtain a mortgage
home
from,
buyer.
right? It's a consumer trying to obtain
She's
a
trying to
mortgage.
obtain a second home.
Okay,
Second home.
so they're
So
trying to
this
purchase a
isn't,
second
it's
home.
going to be her primary residence.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's gonna be her primary residence, but she's still planning to carry a mortgage, so that's
And,
first and foremost.
have they found
Came
a
to me a few
mortgage?
months ago.
Have they found a house yet?
Yes, but the
So,
houses that they found and the houses that they're sending me to run numbers, even though we've had multiple conversations about where they're pre-approved and, like, full breakdowns of everything, as everyone knows, I don't just keep things short and sweet. So we've gone through everything multiple times, and I have been sent multiple properties since that conversation a few weeks ago of things that are just astronomically outside of her budget. Um,
hmm,
or qualification, I should say. Maybe her
I mean,
budget and her tastes for
astronomically out
things,
of their budget.
clearly it's that isn't
Astronomic,
the issue.
astronomically out of their budget.
Like
That's a
over $200,000. Yeah,
so
like
why would
over
a
two hundred
realtor?
thousand
So hold
dollars
on, hold on.
above
So
purchase price.
just so I can understand, why would a realtor show
This
somebody
yeah.
a house that's $200,000 over what they would qualify for? What's the logic in that? And obviously, you don't know the
Well,
answer
I
because
don't
you're not
want to
doing it.
assume, Bobby. I don't want to assume, Fobby, but I can think of one of two things. And I'm okay. I'm honestly okay to say this because it's not an individual that I've been wanting to and done any transactions with because there's been a lack thereof. But
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Apologies.
Long
That was
story
your
short,
theme. That was your
this
theme there.
this realtor obviously needs a paycheck. Need a paycheck, and they're inexperienced. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Inexperienced and needs a
And they're
paycheck.
more commission driven than client oriented.
Have you? So let me ask you a question. And this, you may or may not know this. Do you know how many transactions this particular realtor has closed in the last 12 months? Okay. So obviously, the audience may or may not hear your one finger growing up.
Yeah, one.
So
One.
in 12 months, they've closed one transaction, and this is transaction number two.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
they've been
now look, I
yeah.
think we've done a pretty good job of setting the stage
Mhm.
for your paraphrasing to begin. See, I want them to understand what you're seeing so they don't understand,
Okay.
they fully get the
Um,
gist of this paraphrase.
all right. Can you hear me? Because you're going a little fuzzy. You're a
You
little
are
frozen.
you're freezing up a lot. But hey, I mean, we're this show on the madness
All
side
right.
is always a little technical challenge, but we're going to walk through this. Yes, there you are with your handy dandy microphone. Yes, I got to
Can
get
we?
you.
Okay.
There you are. You just
We're
switched
good.
microphones with me. You switched microphones.
We're getting a new mic for season 3. This microphone is on its last leg.
Everyone always starts off
All
with that
right. So
microphone.
powerful.
We all started there. Okay, let's hear the paraphrase, Madness.
Yeah, this is the starter pack, and we're not going to use this in carry. We're going to actually burn us. All right.
Nice.
All right. So long story short, they are confused, concerned, and upset with the pre-approval amount that I've given them. And they've taken the time to re-explain an income criteria that I've already evaluated and understood. And essentially, there were a couple things that I needed from her and the realtor so that maybe there was some wiggle room to go up on the purchase price, meaning find out how much you can rent this current home so I can see if it offsets your current mortgage payment. Your student loans are no longer in forbearance. So what's the student loan payment? Because here's how I have them calculated for this loan program and this loan program. So basically, I'm not sure what formula you were using to calculate my loan. I am enclosing a previous approval letter obtained back in June when I was looking for a property in another state. This was less than 6 months ago. And this was from another lender. So it wasn't a pre-approval that they had received 6 months ago from me.
I mean, even if it
And
was from you,
they
what difference would it? But even if it was from you, I mean, what difference would that make if it's from you or from? I mean, I just pulled up the 10-year bond.
because
I mean, just so we can have clarity, in May 2nd,
yeah,
2023, the 10-year bond was at 3.43. Today we're sitting nicely at 4.67, recovering 30 bits from a few days ago. So that's like 127 bips difference between 6 months ago. Did you tell him this?
right. And I only say that I just, well, I know we have actually we have a call tomorrow, but I say that I wasn't the one giving the pre-approval because I feel as though the other lender was generous to begin with, even 6 months ago. And that's where, I was telling Fobby, like, hey, like this, I forget what I said to you word for word, but again, paraphrasing what I said to Fobby the other day, I was like, this is the reality of what's happening right now, where
Yeah, I think you said this
people
is
that
the
are
harsh
really
reality
eager and
and
willing.
struggles, the harsh reality and struggles of affordability versus qualifying and home buying right now. Such
Yeah.
a poetic word. I mean, that's I mean, so just we actually recorded you in that conversation after you read the email to me. I think this is what you sounded like. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much sums up your.
Enough. I told Fobby no more. Yeah, me, literally. I'm gonna start doing my TikTok. I'm just gonna start doing what is it called? Voiceovers for Fobby's sound effects.
You know what you got to do? You should just send these effects back to the people that annoy you when they give you something like this. Just like,
Yeah, that's literally how I feel though. Like literally when I saw that email, and mind you, it was an 11 o'clock at night email, and like I was sitting in bed and I saw it come through, and I was just
you
like,
should never open emails after 9 p.m. at night. It'll ruin your sleep.
so
That's a
here.
golden
And I
rule.
don't want to make light of this. I don't. Yeah, no, and I don't want to make light of this. I don't want to make light of this, so I'm going to just kind of finish this thought process with this client particularly because it's been happening to me. Like I told you before we got on this, like I've just been noticing that for a lot of different reasons, the clients are frustrated with, inventory, prices, their own personal finances, and I'm just the easiest punching bag because I'm the one
Yeah.
that's relaying. I'm the messenger. I'm the one relaying the harsh realities and the harsh truths.
Can I ask you a question? I know you're on a thing here, but have you been able to put this on a video?
This
Like
what?
this rant, like record a rant on a video.
I saw this TikTok recently where you're supposed to sit in your car with the music blasting, and then you can just start
Because
ranting
I
to
think
nothing
I have
and
the
no one.
perfect person for you to help you make a video.
Yeah.
Hi, Ginger Bell.
Hello. Fluffy keeps surprising me with all these guests every week.
See,
Hello.
how you doing,
Hello.
buddy?
I'm awesome. How are
Not
you?
expecting this.
So
How are
we
you?
I am good. It's so good to see you.
I wonder how long he had you backstage listening to that rant.
All I know is I want to see the video. And what song?
Oh, that's
We have
important.
angry clients right now that are
This is
frustrated with the market and their personal finances.
so
Yeah.
Ginger. The problem when we record episodes with Madison is the songs that I know were always like she before 20 years before she was born.
Yep.
But still good songs.
Yeah,
Still good songs. And I know some of them, but not most of them.
yeah. I was thinking like maybe you put like "All Out of Love" by whatever that Air Supply group on it.
Oh, that's too mellow. No. You know what? I think we need to come up with a song list because I mean it's one of those things. And I know that the viral TikToks that you're talking about where people sit in their car and do the whole, ranting and things like that. And those and I mean we've had clients that have gone viral on, different things that they've done, but quite honestly, the best thing you can do is just educate. Because when you feed into that frustration, you're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing and feeding into that. And yes, they're frustrated and we're all frustrated. I mean, it's a very frustrating time right now. Prices are still high, interest rates are high. Everything's high.
And the inventory is low.
Find a Cheech and Chong song. That's what you
Maybe
need to
that's why they
do.
legalized it before the inflation hit.
See, that's more her style, Bobby. See, she needs to become DJ. We're gonna have a
That's what
producer
I'm
and a
talking about.
DJ.
See. So anyway, let me just make sure the whole audience understands. We now have Ginger Bell, the founder of EduMarketing, and on our show at this time. I surprised Madison with her introduction, and I didn't do the proper justice for Ginger. Welcome to the show, Ginger.
That's
Welcome
what I'm
to
gonna say.
Black
Let's
History
introduce
Month.
her 5 minutes
you.
So this is
I love your show. Actually, I think the last time that I was on your show, Fobby, we were talking about pizza, and it made me so hungry for pizza. And that's what I love about what you do with your show, with the Laugh, Land, and Eat, because it brings back those memories. It's like Delilah and her Taco Tuesday, right? It's like, I mean, what does that have to do with lending? Absolutely nothing. But she has
briefly and nothing at the
become
same time.
she's become known for that.
Yeah.
And she's used it to her advantage, and she's gotten to interview people, and people remember that and they look for that.
And she still
So,
stays tiny.
and
I
she
was
still, I know, I
I
don't
was like, how do you
understand
eat
that
all
one.
these tacos and still stay? I mean, I look at a taco and I gain like 5 pounds. It's like I don't get this shit.
I'm with you,
So
Bobby.
unfair. So unfair. You know what I mean? So Ginger, you specialize in helping loan officers, and obviously, look, I'm just knowing the slice of Ginger Bell that I've come right that I know. I'm sure you do a lot more other things, and I know that for a fact. But you're helping loan officers create videos, right?
That's one of the things we do.
Right,
Yeah.
and get them out the door.
Yeah, I mean, not just, keep them on your phone or, think about them or have a plan, but really be able to execute on it. And that's what we need right now. What we need right now is a whole lot of calm, a whole lot of education. And the best thing you can do right now is to provide that and to provide the answers. Don't feed into it. And you know what? The videos that I see where it's like someone's complaining about, their client and they're on the phone and it's like, what did you think if you did? It's like, okay, stop doing that. Just
Yeah.
stop doing that.
Yeah, it's funny. I was recording an episode yesterday with Raquel Boris, and you know Raquel, right?
Mhm.
So she's like, we were talking about people making videos. I'm like, I'm not that good at making videos. And she goes, Fabio, are you crazy? You're
You're
out there in
great.
the wild with your dog every Monday morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And I totally don't even look at that as making a video
Yeah.
because it's got
And those are the best videos. I mean, those are some of the best videos.
So Madison, if you want to borrow Sammy for a walk in the wild, we could use "Walk on the Wild Side." I mean, that's one of my favorite songs, right? Take a walk on the wild side. Maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was telling Fobby before he came on the episode, like I broke out of my comfort zone this morning because it's something that I know, and I like literally it's in my head every day. Like make a video, like talk about this, do that. Like I have so much knowledge and things to spew out of me.
Yeah.
But when you try and make it so pressure focused of like, oh, I'm making a video and it has to be perfect and I have to talk about all these things, and that's where I lose my authenticity. So I'm trying to break out of my shell because it's a pain point where I know I've gotten very comfortable lip singing for doing, all the stuff with TikTok, and I can come on a podcast and I can just spew information, be asked questions, talk and have a conversation. And I
deal with my
don't know
sound
why
effects.
I can't do the same thing for video.
Remember my sound effects. There it is, man. Hey, Madison. Woo! Love you.
He's been distracting me so badly with these freaking sound effects for the last episode and a half. And I was like, no, cut him. I can't focus.
Yeah. Fobby is like having a squirrel's nest in your office.
Yes.
It's like there's a whole bunch of them.
First we're here, first we're there.
I was actually thinking, Madison, do you understand, like, when you're on this podcast, right? And we're doing these live
video.
Yeah, this is video. Like you're making videos right now.
Well, you can take clips. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like we started producing, and I've used podcasts. I started doing podcasts when webinars were and we still do a lot of webinars too. But I love podcasts. And the reason I love podcasts is because you're having a conversation, and people do struggle. Before we had the videos, way back when, probably maybe, I don't know what year you were born, but 2007 to really 2015 was my life in doing webinars, doing online learning management systems, because we had compliance and we had all this other kind of stuff. And I was out to dinner one night with a director of underwriting for a national wholesale lender. And we're talking about fraud. We're talking about all these different things. I'm like, oh my gosh, if someone could, if you could just share this information, and if somebody could sit down and have a conversation with you, just a cup of coffee, it's so much information. And I said, come on, let's start a webinar. He goes, I don't have time to do a slide deck. I don't have time. I said, I don't want to do that. I said, and this was before podcasts were a thing. I said, and I titled it, we did it once a month. I called it Coffee with Ralph. And no slide deck at all. I gave him a list of topics. Okay, here's what I want to talk about this month. And he could do that because he didn't have to prepare, because he had so much in here. And that's the powerful thing about podcasts. So you do podcasts like this, you put it into Munch or video, you pull a bunch of clips out. Those things are absolutely amazing. I mean, I can put a podcast in there and get 20 clips. Those are videos. And so think about those kind of things. But even if you're doing long form content, so Madison, you're an educator. I mean, you really are.
Yeah.
And so
I try.
No, you are. And I'm an educator too. And so as an educator, I always struggle because I do the same thing. It's like, okay, I need to.
I want to get the message out there, but it's like, how? And there's all this,
and I need to get it short. It's like, then do a long video.
Yeah.
Make sure you have points. So, have your categories. And guess what? ChatGPT makes it so easy to do things. And then take that long video and cut it into shorter videos and put it out into social. That's what Gary Vaynerchuk does. It's like, so, those are the kind of things to think about.
Kyle Draper. I was literally just going to say, we had one of our co-hosts.
Same thing.
Content compounding.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
I care about you. That's why I said, Ginger, we need your help.
I do. No, seriously.
I saw that text that you sent to me.
It's all the things that we know, but it's like those are the hardest things to do sometimes in business, right? Like it's like the simplest. Like some people are petrified of making phone calls. Other people are petrified of going face to face with someone. Other people are afraid to come on a podcast or, do video content and social media because it's outside their comfort zone, or they don't know how to do it, so they're afraid of failure. And I feel like the cool thing with social media and all the things that we're doing for,
I was gonna, I was
2023
gonna
version of mortgage industries is organic. That's like kind of the beauty of TikTok, even. It's not filtered and, it's just people coming on there to talk about things that they want to talk or educate or
Yeah, and I mean,
inform.
find what works for you. For some people, it's not TikTok. For some people, it's not Instagram. For some, and interestingly enough, if you want to reach real estate agents, they're all on Facebook.
Facebook. Yep.
So, and a lot in your age group are now coming back to Facebook.
Mhm.
And we're starting to see that trend where they are coming back. But the one thing I will tell you that you need to have video content on, and that is YouTube. Because when you're only putting yourself on TikTok, when you're only putting yourself on Instagram, when you're only putting those things, you're not opening yourself up for the people that are searching.
Yeah.
And the people are searching on Google and on YouTube. And so whatever content you're doing, have a YouTube channel. You can do shorts on there. Shorts trend very well. And so that's the number one thing that I suggest is make sure you have a YouTube channel. Make sure you're putting content on it. Do you have
Yeah,
a YouTube channel?
you can have the Madness channel. Oh
I
my God,
have,
the
I have one. Guys, I've been slacking on like getting out of my own head,
Didn't
which
I do an
I know a
intervention
lot
with
of
you
people that have come on our, yeah.
Didn't I do an intervention with you last year with Steve Scallion?
I've had multiple interventions on this show.
I feel like he's picking on you right now, Madison.
Same thing.
No. Last episode I picked on her. You should have seen the last episode. The poor girl wasn't going to lose it. She was about to walk out.
And she still came back. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that
he'd pick on me, and then before I could answer, he'd be boom, video noise.
to the next.
Are we frozen?
No, you are. But
No,
the thing is delayed.
Occasionally you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. So number one, you need to do video. Number two, you can do video, right? So if I said, okay, Madison, I'm going to give you $1 million if you will make one video every single day for the next year. Would you have a problem doing it? You would. Okay. No. So what's holding you back? Because it's obviously not the motivation side of it. So what's
it's
but I mean,
me.
what in
it's
you,
the judgment of
what of you? It's like the perfection part of it. Is it the perfection part of it? Is it the narrowing it down? I mean, what's your number one thing?
Honestly, I mean, like, I'm obviously not afraid. I have all the social presences and things. And I know, from a marketing background, even that I need to use it. I think that it honestly just comes down to me literally fearing others and like their judgment of what content we're talking about. But at the same time, that's a very lame excuse. Yeah.
No, it's not. And so there's
or
no, I mean, there's no
the information.
That's just the dialogue you're having in your head.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that is just the dialogue you're having in your head. That's it. So I want you to replace that with the positive side. So the opposite side is the fear of not having the right content, of not being. So it does go back to that perfection thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's that perfection. It's the fear of what people will perceive me as. And I want you to replace that with the opposite. So what would the opposite be? What would that look like? You create a video. What would the opposite feeling be of people don't like it?
Acceptance, validation, all of the good feelings that everyone,
those good things,
gratification,
right?
All the good things.
Yeah, and making a difference and being able to educate and to do all these things. So that's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on the positive side, and I want you to lean into that, okay? Because that's what you have. That's what you possess. You possess all of those things. And you know what? Occasionally you may put out a video that tanks. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's okay. And that,
delete it.
you know what?
The
Well, I
other
mean,
videos,
No,
everything.
you don't
and it's
delete
like,
it, Madison. You leave it alone. You go on to the next one.
yeah, honestly, we
See,
started
guys, I
doing,
need you guys.
yeah,
I need
well,
to
I
do
mean, the video production, and we started doing video production, and we work with a lot of clients who honestly have never shot a video in their life and have the same huge, I mean, almost debilitating fear. And so for them, we can get them past that and then they don't want to watch it. So it's like, okay, so we edit it, we produce it, we post it, we do all it. So they don't have to watch it. But I do eventually make them come back. And we have a client, she's been in the industry for a long time, been a friend for a long time. Finally, she decided to start doing video and I hopped on camera with her. We coached her through what to say and everything. And she went back and watched them. She goes, they weren't that bad. I said, I told you,
Mm.
you have the knowledge. If you sit down and have a conversation. So I want you to lean into that. That's what I want you to do. And I want you to promise when you have that negative side of it, I want you to pretend you're having a conversation with your other self. I don't think you're a parent yet. Normally, if you're a parent, I'll say, okay, what would you tell your kid?
Yeah.
And we tell them, you're fantastic. You're awesome. What are you worried about? That's the conversation I want you to have with yourself. It's internal. It truly is internal.
Well, you could always
Yeah.
say, what would your parents say to you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
My
sometimes
biggest
that's a little hard.
I mean, no, because
My son probably wouldn't like that much.
her dad is amazing, or her stepdad, right? Joey
Yeah.
Bag of Donuts. His
Joey
name is
Bag of Donuts.
he goes by Joey Bag of Donuts in North New Jersey, Ginger. How
Oh
cool is
my
that?
gosh, I love it.
How cool is that? You know
I
what I mean?
love it.
We did an
Yeah.
episode with him. He
Yeah.
was like basically fawning over her. I mean, just God. I mean, crazy.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
So
He's a good
I'm
guy.
going to have to hop because I have a call here to hop onto in a minute. But
Right.
I want to
Thank
thank you,
so
Fobby,
much
for
for
inviting me.
joining.
Madison,
You're
thank
going to see a
so
lot
much.
more video from me, guys. I
Yeah.
promise. I
And you know
can't
what?
honestly have
Set
free
up a-
interventions now
let's-
and not get clean, not get the help.
Well, and I mean, let's set up a call. I would love to do a follow-up call because
Absolutely. Yeah.
we need your generation educating, not just
Yeah.
doing dance videos, but
Yeah.
truly, truly educating. And you have that. You have that power. You are
Thank you.
strong, you are wise, and you're the one that's going to be leading us through the next 10, 20 years.
Mm.
And you'll be invited onto a podcast someday. And you shall remember. I remember back when Fobby had me on this podcast and he kept inviting people on, but he pushed me. And so, yeah, that's it.
That's
So
what I would
awesome.
definitely
Love what you do.
Thank you, Ginger Bell.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
That was an
Bye.
appropriate sound effect, Fobby. See, there's an appropriate time.
All right. See you, Ginger. So anyway, see, Madison, we're always trying to help you here. Always
You
trying
are.
to get you to the
And
next
you know, the
level of
first
your
thing
career.
that came to my mind, real quick, I promise, was when you remember the first episode I ever did with you, and I was like thinking about it, and I knew it was coming out the next day, and I was like, oh my God, Fobby, delete it. I need to listen to it.
Yes.
And then I went through a phase where I did like kind of the same things. Like I would like, all right, I'm not going to listen to this episode. I think that was like the worst episode ever. And then you would text me and be like, best episode ever. Or like we'd get like actually great reviews or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be the same hurdle with this
thing, man. It's the same thing.
And we've got so much.
The worst fear that you have, right? Is that I come up with a very funny sound like this. And that's like the guy.
And then we come on here and we laugh about what a failure that video was.
But that's the whole thing. I mean, that's like, I can't tell. Like sometimes I think, like, you know, I make those videos with Sammy, right? And Kel and I were talking about this, and right? And there's some days where I'm walking with Sammy. I record this video. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And I'll get like 13 views. I'm like, really? And then I'll make a video like on the fly, and it's like 1,400, 13. It's crazy. And I'm like, okay, there's no way to predict it. The catch is just keep making it.
I know.
But I will say one thing.
Just post it, Kyle Draper.
No. I think the other thing is that find it like for me, walking with Sammy, give me that like security blanket.
It has to be me. It can't be
Yeah,
staged.
so
Like I was behind a green screen this morning, and I was like,
don't
"No,
do that.
no,
Don't do that.
yeah,
Do
it's
it
not
wherever
me."
you're comfortable. Do it at a donut shop. Do it at a drive-through. Do it wherever you're most comfortable. That's where you turn the camera on.
Probably, yeah, the car. I'd say
Yeah,
that's where all the madness thoughts start brewing, and then I get home and I'm texting everyone about
yeah. But
podcast
look,
ideas and
this
whatever.
was good. This was good. You know
This
what I
was
mean?
great. I
So
needed it.
we did it, and we surprised you with it. It was something that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull off or not, but Ginger accommodated
Oh,
us.
I thought it was going to be JP again. When you're like, who can help with video? And I'm like, yeah, help me. My whole screen is blurry right now, and everyone keeps freezing.
Look, man, this was a good episode. I think we got you a nugget. We got your
We
right
have a little
music
spark of
playing,
hope again.
right? We got the right music playing. Obviously, we're coming up to the end of season 2 of Laugh, Learn, and Eat Madness. This is like one of the final episodes.
Sad.
This is going to be like
But
Madness Grows Up, season 2. Madness
Yeah,
Grows
no,
Up.
next season, you guys are gonna see me. I'm gonna be freaking influencer with these like viral videos. You know, just living my best life.
All right, buddy. Well, you know what you got to say now, right?
Thanks, and we can't say JP wrap it up because JP's not here.
He
So
is. He's coming.
bye, everyone. He is.
He's
JP.
He's
JP.
been watching the.
JP, wrap it up. Are we still recording?